Hello everybody, I meant to upload a video yesterday but I couldn't since it was my birthday. I also ran into town to buy a few other things because I forgot about them. And as I said in our previous video, the battle honours. The easiest one to complete is the collect task. I have done it, which means you get these two pins. They are a decent material, they are made of a metal with a pattern inlaid. They are pleasantly nice, and I like them a lot, as they are one of the six things you can get. That is collect completed. I've nearly done build. I have 2 tasks left for build, 2 left for painting, 2 left for reading, and I believe 7 or 8 for playing. The quickest one to do is collect, by simply buying one of the things that I have bought. If you buy one of these, if you buy this at $67.50 or a combat patrol, you have pretty much done collect and build and paint, at least most of them anyways. But this doesn't come with a vehicle, so if you're planning to do a vehicle, you can't, so you'll have to buy it separately. And of course, along with that comes the annoyance of a few other things. The build box is not exactly made of the best material, but it's okay to have to start off with. But battle honours badges, they are very good. As I said, I'll be going through the rest of them. The ones that I haven't completed yet, I'll be doing those with you guys. So stay tuned for those. As I said, these pins are very good, but that's not what we're here for. Also, the monthly coin, which I've currently got on the wall, is Scaven. If you spend £60 or more, you get this. If this is August, it will be available until September. So if you like the Scaven coin, spend £60 or more. Easy way to spend more than £60 is just buy one of these, $67.50, and it's got £200 worth of models in there nearly 2 combat patrols. So it is quite a good deal. And along with that, as I said, for the main part of the review, let me just quickly grab this. I did spend quite a lot of money, £100, but I got some good stuff. Start collecting box. Paint and tool set. Set. 4 brushes. These actually got given to me for free by the guy. Shout out to James, who works at Games Workshop. Lovely guy. Of course, a Citadel water pot because I lost my previous one. And then, of course, one of the most important things you can never really have too much of, glue. Glue is £5. Don't exactly quiz me on this. I don't specifically know the price. It doesn't say on the receipt either, because this was a separate transaction because I had to use 2 cards because I used the wrong bank card for the first one. This here is $27.50. This is $67.50, and this is a £5. So these 3 items together comes to £100. But I spent a little bit extra because of the water pot. Was about it. But the pins are completely free, and the monthly coin is completely free. You just have to spend £60 or more. And with that as well, I like the new patterns on the bag. Much better. This is the new pattern. This on each side. Now, this is an old one, but it's still, the Space Marine hasn't changed, but that side has. It's nice to see that Age of Sigmar has gotten an update. And along with that, onto the biggest part of this. What is good about the paint and tools. Let's see. As I said, it's set down. I'll just take off the sticker. I'll just put that there so it's not going in the bin. Put that to the side with my nice brushes in it that I got for free. Shout out to James at Games Workshop. I have previously opened this to make sure everything is intact. I like the art, and it also tells you all the paints that are included. A lot of these here are refills for me. Can't complain though. These snips here are actually really nice. I've used a pair of these before. They are my friends, and the cut on them is extremely flush. I don't know if it will show up well on the camera, but the line there is almost perceivable. It's very, very hard to spot with your eyes. And then, of course, a mold line remover. These are so handy to have. In fact, I actually made a handle for this, which is right up here. That's it. You can make yours out of whatever you want. I chose a old chair leg I just had lying around. So let me just screw that in. There. Nice, but I've got more control over it. I'll show you what that's for in a minute. And as I said, these snips are very, very, very nice. I'll show you exactly how to use them in a second. And then, of course, a starter brush. I've got my old starter brush right here to compare it. And this has never been used. This is back when it was Indominus. The tips are frayed, and I haven't used it at all. And as you can see, the glue's gone a bit weird. But a brand new starter brush. Look at that fine tip. I've never personally. I'm not exactly a massive fan of the Citadel brushes, but some of them are great. Like their actual medium layer brush, which is practically identical to this, but it's better because of its cheaper version. And then, of course, a small base brush as well. That's great. But one of my favourite brushes that I have, so you don't have to ruin any, is what I literally got given for free. A texture brush, medium texture brush. They are brilliant for paints like Mordorian to Earth and Armageddon Dunes. In fact, Armageddon Dunes is one of the paints that comes in here. So if you ever buy the paints and tools set for $27.50, I recommend you pick up a texture brush because of the texture tool, because otherwise you will ruin your nice brushes. And here is Armageddon Dunes. But as I said, here is a nice, lovely, lovely point to a brush. I can't mind about that whatsoever. But for paints, very good selection. You've got Armageddon, it's not Armageddon Dunes, it's Armageddon Dust, technical paint. Got a good pigment, of course. Then, of course, for layers, you have Thunderhawk Blue, personal favourite for blue highlights. And then to complement with this layer, you have a Macragge Blue, perfect for the Ultramarines. If you're wondering who the Ultramarines are, I can quickly grab a box to show you. These guys here, the blueberries, as some people call them. But I personally don't paint my Space Marines blue. I paint them red, like this. I'm a Dark Angels player, but I have a custom chapter. I one day may make a video on that. But these two here, another brilliant two colours. I need a Macragge Blue because my other pot went nasty. Mephiston Red, you can never have enough because it's one of the best paints for great coverage. And oh my god, one of the greatest whites. I should have looked at that earlier. But Corax White. If you're a White Scars fan, I'm not, but this is one of the best paints to do, especially when you have contrast paints. And perfectly, you have Nagaroth Night, brilliant base, but with that, you get a contrast, Magos Purple. I've been waiting for a purple like this to come out for a long time, because it's so rich, and you can't beat it. And then, of course, for others, base, Balthazar Gold, a real favourite of mine, because you can never, ever not have Balthazar Gold. This is an essential if you ever want to paint like any warrior with like good colours. It's brilliant. That will need a good shake. Then, of course, Lead Belcher. This is an essential if you're going to paint your guns. And then, of course, you have Wraithbow. This one here hasn't gone nasty. This one here has. This is the new one. This is the old one. This hasn't separated. This has. Let's give it a shake. Look at the colour difference. Yeah. It's a shame. But then again, it's not. It just means they've improved. And then, of course, Abaddon Black. I have so many pots of this because this is what you mostly use to base coat your minis. And it's a nightmare when you run out, because then you have to go down to Games Workshop, and they're not open today, annoyingly. They weren't open yesterday, which is where I got some of my stuff from. I bought it from a friend. And then, of course, as I said, there's quite a few base paints in here, but then, of course, you have Bogman's Glow. Brilliant for your skin tones. I use this with a combination of Cadian Flesh Tone, and then over that, Berserker Bloodshade. Berserker Bloodshade is one of those that not everybody uses, but you get a nice effect. And then for shades, oh, heavenly, Agrathurk Shade. I use pots and pots and pots of this. In fact, as well, with Nunlin Oil, I don't like the fact they've made the pots smaller, so I buy the old size. As you can see, there is a massive difference. This is a 24mm pot. This is a 12mm pot. Double the size. And thing is, the biggest one they now sell is, I think, 18mm. Yeah, this is the new size. Not much bigger. 6mm bigger. Not much difference. Which is a shame because this is not enough. And I'm going to put this lot here away so we can then enjoy and crack open the big boy, the big box, which is the big thing of today. Let me just put my pliers away so they're safe and away from people, because me being who I am, I might accidentally stick my fingers into them, and then we're going to have some fun, aren't we? Yeah. Pop that inside there. I love this new paints and tools set. A brilliant choice of paints. And as well, I believe they're still doing the deal. Only in store. Buy 9 paints and get the 10th one free. Well, this here comes with 13 paints, and it's half the price, nearly, of what you would normally spend. It's like normally £30 for the paints that I normally get for the 13 or 12. But, yeah. So let's put this down here for now. Now I'm going to have to pull out the drawer and pull out the bigger stuff. Just move these nice brushes. And the paint pot. That there. Now, for the big boy. I have cut one of them off the sprue already to find out that those pliers work magic. So he's right there. I'm gonna put him a little bit back together just to give you a small summary of what he looks like. There's his gun. See? Quite good. I like the new sculpts. Anyways, we're not to talk about the tiny models, we're talking about the big ones, aren't we? So then, let's open this up. Don't need that. Some people will keep it, I'm one of them. But then of course you get this lovely, lovely piece. Mine is sadly not, is luckily not deformed. Like most people moan about these being creased, rolled up, and these tokens here are for the game. That you can play up to 2 people with this box set. A game lasts half an hour to an hour and a half. Pretty good. It comes with a bag of bases. 2 small, 2 large bases. This is for your Terminator Captain, and this is for the Tyranid Prime. So then, of course, you have this, the Psychophage, a monstrous thing. It's bigger than my Impulsor I am currently working on. Yes, I know we all have a pile of shame. But at least I'm honest about mine. And then, of course, as I said, the psychophage, it's a nasty thing. Look at that. One solid sprue. And that's for this. My tank, it may be wider, but it still didn't take up an entire sprue on its own, really. That's like not even its whole of its body. And then, of course, you have Infernus Marines. Oh, I forgot to show you on the back of the box. This is what you get. Yeah, all these models in this box, and the mat, and the rulers, and the dice, and of course data sheets, and a handbook, and a sheet of transfers. It comes with 38 miniatures, so there's a bargain. A 64-page handbook. I forgot to mention that the handbook is 64 pages. You get a Tyranid Prime, 3 Vons Orion Leapers, a Psychophage, 20 Termagants, and 2 Ripper Swarms. Bargain. And for Space Marines, you have a Captain in Terminator armor, 5 Terminators, and 5 Infernus Marines. As I said, a brilliant deal. And of course, the 2 clear rulers. But here are your Infernus Marines. Here are the Vons, the Von Ryan Swarmers, I believe. Yep. Lovely again. Your Tyranid Prime on the right, and your Captain Terminator on the left. Because if that's upside down, so it should be Captain on the left. Yeah, to me, it's on the left when I took it out of the box, because it's like that, but that's upside down for you. But look, they've got a brilliant sculpt. So put those there together. Then, of course, you have one, as I said, I cut one of them out, one Tyranid to show you guys. So 1 sprue of Termagants. 2 things of Termagants, and then of course your Terminator sprue. This is one of the best bits about it, because you get 5 Terminators. That is amazing, considering they're normally quite stingy about things like this, which is really annoying because of they're good models. And as I said, your dice are in here. You get 10 white die. Is standard. I really like the dice that come with this, because they've actually got quite a bit of weight to them, which is nice. Of course, I'll be putting those to the side. And then, of course, the plain rulers. These, they're a bit floppy. They're not as nice as the old ones. I sadly broke my old ones a few years back, but they were really sturdy. And if you're wondering how I broke them, they got bent in transport and snapped. But yeah. Then, of course, as I said, the transfers, a good transfer sheet. Sadly, it's missing the salamanders. Sorry to all you salamander players out there. But for others, you've got Ultramarines, Dark Angels, yay. Blood Angels, yeah. Space Wolves, well, we don't care about those. Raven Guard, so we don't really care about those. Imperial Fist, yeah, they're okay. Me personally, I just don't like the other two. I don't like the Ultramarines or the other 3 even. I don't like the Ultramarines, the Space Wolves, or the Raven Guard. It's just personal preference. And of course, the 2 data sheets. They are right here, double-sided, and they are. It feels like they're laminated, but they're not. But then again, beggars can't be choosers. It is a lovely, lovely, lovely set. And of course, the handbook here with 64 pages. It includes the instructions on how to build them. And it also gives you an introductory to the game, as it says, welcome to Warhammer 40k. And then, of course, Universe at War. It just basically talks all the way through, and there is, of course, how to build and how to play. And your choice of buildings, and here's the page on the Psychophage. It's absolutely monstrously massive. I'll get to showing you that in a second. And, of course, the big thing of the box, your captain. And, of course, along with that, as well, very nice of them. It's a shame it's only like this, but the mat, the battle mat. This is actually slightly bigger than their previous one by just a few centimeters, but still. That's one side. Nothing really on that one, it's kind of boring. And of course this one. I prefer this one because it reminds me of Space Hulk. And it's a really big board and it's actually got an amazing print on it. Now, as I said, along with that, as well I forgot of course, what the book is in. It's in this nice laminated sleeve with a sticker on the back. I don't know what that sticker there is supposed to be, but whatever it is, they've actually put a design on it, which is quite nice. So let me just quickly wrap some of these back up so we don't lose anything. Sorry about this, guys, but I don't want my hair to be too messy. There you go. Along with those gaming rulers. Let me just place some of this stuff back into its box so I don't lose it, because I am incredibly clumsy. Yes, you could call me Dory, but I wouldn't like it. So then, as we've now gone through all of that, now we're on to the fun bit. Building the miniatures. Now you're going to get to witness the beautiful use of those snips. So then, let's find our captain. And then right after that, we'll be building the Cytophage. Our Tyranid character. So of course, get our 2 bases ready. I'm clumsy. 2 bases. Put them here in front of me. Open up the paints and tools set. As I said, this is all a bargain. Bargain. For £100 you can get glue, snips, paints, everything you need to do to start playing 40k. Absolutely everything. Or you could do the Age of Sigmar equivalent and get the starter set for Age of Sigmar, along with the Age of Sigmar paints and tool set. The exact same except for a different selection of paints. I used to play Age of Sigmar, it's been a long time because I've lost most of my models, but I might go up to right or back one day. So, let's see. We're gonna nice flush cut. Let's do the Tyranid first. After all, this is Leviathan. So, as you see, flat side of the pliers, flush against the model, and just like that. Nice satisfying click at the end. And the blades do not cross. Now for the difficult bit, right here near the details. Don't want to cut them off. So this was a nearly £70 kit. Definitely worth it though. That's one wing. You don't have to buy glue, but it's better principle to do glue because then it becomes more natural. This is a push fit kit. I personally don't like the push fit kits, but that's because of they do have the chance to fall apart in places while you're painting, which is why I just glue them together. It's nicer. So that's the Tyranid Prime's body. Now for his other wing, I go in order from, as you can see, big, big, big. And I go in order like that. So then that way, all the small bits that it tells you normally to cut off first don't get dropped on the floor. Because then that way you have more room on your desk and you are less likely to lose them in with your big pile of pieces. Because if you put your big pieces on top, then you might knock your small ones on the floor. Which I don't think anybody's going to want to do, because then you're going to lose your pieces and then you're going to be annoyed. So, Both of our wings are cut off. We are now going to do this part of his body. As I said, these snips are absolutely amazing. They are doing the job flawlessly. And along with that, we have got the main frame to our Tyranid's body. Let's just click it in. Try to stop being a Chewbacca. There you go. They push together nicely. Look really nicely. Now, of course, the wings. Sorry, it's just me being daft. I was wondering why it wouldn't go, and then I realised I'm missing a few bits that I need to snip off. So then your leg. Wrong side again. We're being silly. And then of course the other leg, it makes them look a little bit like a goat. Funny enough, they kind of are. They always rise up. This is personally one of my favourite Xenos things to ever build, is a Tyranid Prime. Once he's built up, I'll show him to the camera. These snips, as I said, are absolutely amazing. They are doing the job so incredibly well. Better than any other pair I've ever used before. I used to have the previous ones, but those broke. I threw them out yesterday. And I have been putting off building these models so then you guys can witness it. Because then you know for a fact that I haven't just rushed ahead and ruined all of it. I want you to see my reaction as well once this Tyranid Prime comes together. Because, as I said, these are some brilliant sculpts and I don't want to waste that. I did a classic me and I've put the arms into the wrong sockets. I hate doing this, but I'm gonna have to look at the kit. The kit instructions. I normally don't. I normally just do it like a puzzle and just put them in wherever it looks like so they fit, but I can't this time because it's a Tyranid and they're so fiddly. Anyways, along with this difficulty right here, if you're to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, that'd be really appreciated, considering I don't exactly know if I should carry this on or not. So the more feedback the better, because then I might upload more frequently as well, because right now I'm a bit I don't know really what to do. I've only been doing this for a few days, but it would be nice to get some motivation back. For instance, like, let's just say if you're enjoying the content or not, please let me know, because I need to make sure that it's entertaining so I don't get absolutely no return. After all, it takes quite a lot of time out of what I normally used to do. After all, I used to mostly just paint and keep it to myself, but I thought I might as well show it to a few other people. It might make their days better. Which I have a feeling it might. If it makes you guys happy, then it will make me happy too. This channel is all about just having a good time, building minis, and having a laugh. Like and as you are all probably familiar with, Here we go. Wrong way. Still wrong way. I'm being daft again. Sorry about this. I messed up a little and he's being a pain in the bum getting onto his base. There you go. Have I got the right base? Because it doesn't look like I have. Which will be annoying if I've been a clumsy do and trying to put him onto the wrong base. Oh, okay. Looks like you two are not actually for that. How to build the psychophage. Build you. Okay, there is the Tyrannid. It looks amazing. I've got to say, they've really upped their game for sculpts. Now, sorry about all that. Now to do the Terminator, my favourite part. The big one. I have been waiting years for them to do a model like this. It's so big, monstrous, and to come with a dead Tyrannid on his base as well. That right there is just... Already, look how tall he's gonna be. This is gonna be one monstrous mini. But then, of course, you want your leader of your army to tower above the rest. You want him to look menacing and ready for blood. And of course, me being a player of who I am, and faction of course, I will not be doing what a chaos player would do, and that is etch off all the Imperial emblems. That is incredibly wrong, and if any of you in the watching this are heretics, I'm sorry, but not okay. You shouldn't be doing that. If you're buying this just to turn them into heretics, or make gene stealers out of it, even worse. So don't start off on a bad foot, because I don't want any problems whatsoever. I just want us to have a nice time and enjoy. I don't want to have to sort out with any heretics or traitors even. After all, as I said, this channel is all about relaxing, having fun, building and painting minis. Earlier I forgot to mention the building, but I just have, so I made up for that. Daisy. This is possibly one of the most complex models and nicest big models from a starter set I have ever got. It's like a jigsaw puzzle, which is good considering it basically brings your mind into the fact on how fiddly a model can be. I've built a lot of models. As you've seen, there's a combat patrol, and I bought 3 of those in the past. I built all of them up, and I painted them all. Some of those models I given away to people for free because they lost their free models, so I gave them a few of mine to replace their missing few, and of course they appreciated it. And I might occasionally do giveaways on this channel too. Occasionally. I don't know, it basically depends upon how many people actually like the videos for me doing that. Anyways, we are nearly done. I've never seen this before, a 2-bit bolt gun. One of the nicest parts of this kit though is possibly the power sword. I have never ever known them to actually mold the things on the power sword on the like starter sets. They used to just basically went, nah, we can't be bothered to do that. We're just going to give them it bland and plain. And it also comes with a nice fancy emblem to basically flash out the fact that this is your big model. This is your leader. This is like your Primarch. If you don't know what a Primarch is, I won't ruin that for you. You can go and read into that yourself. So I don't ruin any of the stories, because knowing me, I might accidentally ruin something. And I don't want to ruin the lore for you. That's for you to find out and not for me to tell you. And if any of you are now wondering what a Primarch is, there's your homework. Those of you that don't like doing homework, still, you should catch up on that. Because it's an important piece of history. This is Warhammer. Only thing you need to know is how important and how powerful people can be. So the 41st millennium, no one has true and uncorruptible minds anymore. Nearly done it, guys. Sorry I'm being so quiet. I'm just pushing this guy together. It's quite fiddly. But this, as I said, is a lovely and big model to start off with. This right here will probably be one of the most ridiculous box sets in the future, and people will moan about the fact that it's discontinued, and then it'll end up in like the Hall of Fame or something as like the best box ever. But it's not exactly the greatest. The Indominus box set, the Indominus equivalent to this, was better because it came with terrain. It may not have had as many Xenos models, so it had Necrons instead, but this here comes with a lot, and I mean a lot, of Tyranids. And me talking here is the Space Marine, the big bad guy. Let's quickly fix that up on his gun. Actually, I don't have to risk ruining the model. I have a mold line remover. As I said, this will come in handy, very handy. As well, and if you don't, as well, I've just remembered as well. So little kids out there, if you are below the age of 12, you shouldn't be using tools like this. As well, the recommended age is 16 plus, but if you, as long as you have a adult supervising you, you should be fine. I am 15. I know it's a little bit young compared to the instructions to your parents who might be watching this video with you, but I've had a long time experience with tools, a lot. And I know how to be careful. I know exactly what to do with these models. I know exactly what you can't do with these, how to damage your tools. And here is your captain. He is monstrous, isn't he? He is an amazing model, and come to think of it, he's a bit too big for my painting handle, I think. In fact, he is. He's too big for my painting handle. Look at this. That's a 60mm base. That ain't going on this tiny painting handle. I need to get a large painting handle then. That's a shame. I managed to paint most of the models just with him or the sarcophage on a handle. Now then, as I said. Oh, and I just need to show you how much of a fresh cut. Look. No stress marks. None. Amazing. What can I say? both of the big models cut. Now for the psychophage. This is what I've been waiting for. And of course, after this, a few days' time, I will record painting the psychophage. It may take me a while, but you can't really blame me. It's a big model. I'll basically do an update every day. No, not every day, every week. Saying this is what the psychophage is at now, and this is what the other guys are at. And I won't be, and I might, along with that, add in some additional stuff too, and the paint process of me painting. That is all nice. I will fix the rest of that up in a second. Now to go for the other half of the psychophage. This is humongous. I slightly regret getting this model for the simple reason of my paw impulse is going to look tiny. But then again, this is such a monstrous model. It's beautiful. And these snips, as I said previously, and I keep on saying, they are working magic. I have never known a pair of snips straight out box, even the old ones, they were not this sharp. They were quite dull previously, which means they've changed a lot about the tools and things set. Because last time I bought one as well, I thought, I'm never going to get one of these again, but I thought, you know what, it's 10th edition, there's new paints and stuff out, it's cheapest to get it like this, so I spent my money on this. Yes, it was £100. Yes, that's a bit much. Not in my opinion. That's if you're not into the hobby. But this may be one of the most expensive ways to get into the hobby. So only do this if you have played other games like this before and enjoyed them. Because if not, then you might regret spending that much money. I have to push this tyranny together. This is really, really fiddly. Getting an adult to do this for you. Even I'm struggling, which is weird considering I'm the one in the house who does most of the puzzles. That's the only problem with this model. It doesn't exactly push together flush. Scratch that, it does. It's just I haven't pushed it together hard enough. And I will have to pry these apart to glue them. That's going to be fun. That's one limb. That's another. That's another one. This is a massive, massive model. I love it. I like big models. Like the Void Dragon of Catan. I will be buying one, but not just yet. After all, I am good at painting, but I'm scared to touch that because it's such a big model and I feel as if I might be overwhelmed. After all, it is humongous. It's like almost an expert level painting model. A bit like a Baneblade or a Raven Titan or a Reaver Titan. In fact, I'm slightly scared of a Reaver Titan because of how big, and as I said, I made my mistake. I'm gonna pry these apart again. Get his tongue in there. I am definitely gonna regret putting this in here. Definitely. I'm never gonna be able to get this out. I can barely even slot it in. There you go. Ow, my finger. As I said, kids, you let your parents or somebody do this for you, you will hurt your fingers. Because I just did. You should always ask an adult to cut these off the sprues. And then, of course, assemble them for you. But building them, yeah, definitely get an adult to do that. Because they are monstrously fiddly. And as I said, you do not want to break this kit. It's expensive. That's one leg. That's two leg. And this is massive. I love this. This is possibly will be my favorite model once it's built. I have never, and I mean never, held a model so big and I need most of my fingers to push the bits in. This is a beast of a model, and I love it. Let's get the base. And also, as I said as well, I forgot to mention this, you might not be able to do these videos are brilliant to watch, yes, but if you are under the age of 4, you might not be able to actually even play with these because of they are quite delicate. And this is being a nightmare to push down onto its base. I'm going to have to use the snips. I hate doing this, but you sometimes have to. That's okay, safe for the model or your fingers, but as I said, let an adult do this for you. Assembling them. I found out what's wrong. And as I said, it's monstrous. Let's now do a comparison. Psychophage, my tank. Yeah, it's taller than a tank. This is an impulsor, this is a psychophage. Yeah, this is a monster. I like it though. Nah, anyways. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Now I'm going to pause the video just while I build up the rest of these so I can show you the table after. So I am back. I haven't done all of them, but that's because I don't have enough time. I'm going to now reverse the camera around for you to see that. There's a few. 6 Termagants, Captain, Prime, and the Psychophage. Next update will be when they are all finished, which will be hopefully tonight. I will put a picture up on the channel for all you to admire and enjoy. Bye bye, and enjoy the week.